Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so good
Yeah.
evening here, good morning over there. So I have a concern with regards to the practice of hilot and spirituality. Since our course is about tawas, it dealing with the power of the mind, accessing to the spirit world, no, because our belief that our life started or is given by the spirit. And right now there are many people around the world that practice spirituality and want to access the power of their mind, of the spirits, no, such as meditation, telekinesis, communicating with ghosts or the soul of people. And in many tradition, spiritual tradition, they have different kinds of modality. No? So what is bothering to me is the use of hallucinogenic substances. No, have you heard about that? Na some people use magic mushroom to access spiritual enlightenment, and some use Peru. In Peru is or South American ayahuasca, something like
Mm-hmm.
that. No,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I have nothing against uh, with that modality because that is traditional on different part of the world. No, I think in South America, so it might be legal there, especially now in the US. I know what I've heard, the use of marijuana is legal. There is medical use of marijuana, and there is some part of the United States that they are the leisure use of marijuana is legal. Uh, and I'm hearing stuff here in the Philippines that there are groups of people also want to legalize the use of marijuana in terms of medical use, no? So whatever it is whether it is legal or illegal aspect, no? I'm not talking about the legality of it, but I know it is medicine also that can be helpful for our health, no? Pero in accessing spirituality, remember that spirit has no physical form, no? Since our work as magtatawas or manghihilot, we balance the body and the spirit. So in terms of using substances such as ayahuasca, marijuana, or whatever it is, no? If it is legal in your country or in the Philippines, my statement or concern or our belief or stand about this is this one. The body, our physical body, needs food. And the purpose of the food is not spiritual, but the purpose of the food is to provide energy to the body, no? So, and even we give medicine to the body, herbal medicine. The purpose that of that is to strengthen the body, no? Strengthen the body. So none of these substances, whether food, wine, or anything, can help a person to achieve such spiritual growth and development. Because those things, even the medicine, even the drinks or wine, as a substance that is used to supplement to the physical body. It doesn't concern it doesn't concern the spirit, no? Pero there are some reasoning that I've heard why our ancestors drink wine. And through wine, they have this channeling, or they are altered into trance state. So that is correct, no? Some of our ancestors conduct ritual drinking, which is called tagay, no? Tagayan, no? So tagay is a small amount that you will drink to induce that tipsy feeling. Yeah, I think you drink wine naman, 'di ba? You know the effect of you don't drink even
I
beer.
stopped. I used to, but I quit.
Ah,
It's been like 2 years, but I know the experience.
yeah, yeah, you know the experience. You'll be tipsy. Parang uh, I think half of your body is paralyzed, no, and your heartbeat fast, and
Hmm.
your mind goes something whatever. So parang whatever it has hallucinogenic effect, no,
Hmm.
no, or tranquilizing effect, or
Hmm.
sedating effect for us. So it calms the body and allows the mind to 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 take over. But our life here is still on the body, no?
Hmm.
You don't want your whole consciousness to cross over to the spirit world. Because
Hmm.
if you cross to the spirit world with that level of intoxication of alcohol or drugs, diba, there is tendency that you will leave the body. And when your spirit leave the body, it means you are trapped to the spirit world and your body will decay on this material world, no? So it's not healthy. So for us who practice spirituality, it is advisable na do natural way, because the purpose of those substance is either to supplement the body with kind of experience of other numbing our body so that we could not feel the pain. Diba? Yun yung that's the what alcohol is doing. We get numb. Even though we hit hard, we could not feel. And some drugs do that. That's why on some aspect of ritual like yung self-flagellation, India, African religion, South American spirituality, which is Afro-Latino, di ba? Like the Santeria, meron silang trance working, and sometimes they 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 bleed, they scratch themselves to show that the spirits are with them, no? But they induce with themselves with alcohol or sometimes drugs that they could not even feel the pain, no? They can withstand. Their body is bleeding, but their spirit, they believe that the spirit is with them, and that allowed them not to feel any pain. No? So parang show of power of devotion to the divinity or to the spirit. But after it went off, honestly, everyone will still feel the pain.
Hmm.
They will be still injured. Even here in the Philippines, you heard that there are people during the Holy Week, they crucify themselves. At
Mm.
that moment, they cannot feel, but when the nails are moved off, they still take care of their ano, because they might get infected. So they are still prone to death.
Mm.
Remember, even the babaylan of the old age, they die as well. They die as well. Even though that they have power, they are subject to that at the same time. No, even we as a healer, we can heal, we can extend, no, extend the life of a person through our methods and modalities. No, our client, our patient will still die in due time, no, because it is the will of the spirit. So for me, parang that's I'm so glad because we make our shrine, we make Hilot Academy to be on a legal institution, and I think we are still governed by the law here in the Philippines. But
Mm.
you, as a practitioner there, I know that you will abide. I encourage you to abide to the law of the land. But when it comes to substance use, at least I share to you our stand about that. All this substance is intended to supplement the needs of the body and not for spiritual development. Because the tendency of that, what I've heard a while ago on the testimony, they develop reliance on the drugs, on the substance. That is a form of addiction. So I said na, yeah, thank you for letting me know about that. Now there are groups of people, they claim to be healer or spiritual groups, pero the danger is they might sell those drugs for the reason of spiritual development.
Mm.
And I know,
Mm.
according to the law, there should be no law be made against the practice of religion and spirituality. But if religion and spirituality will use harmful drugs, I think the government will interfere. Such
Mm.
as there are cases in the United States, alam niyo yun yung merong church, tapos nag-encourage ng suicide because because tawag dito, end of the world na. Have
Mm.
you heard about those news? No? Um, all the members killed themselves, pero the pastor or the leader did not do the suicide because he is afraid to die. But
Mm.
when that happened, parang that pastor, that cult, no, parang imprisoned din yata, na
Mhm.
imprison. So, uh, homicide, mass suicide or something like that. Merong kaso, no. So it's dangerous. So anyway,
I had. Is it okay if I share kind
sure,
of
sure, sure.
some thoughts about that? So thank you for sharing. What the Academy's perspective is on that,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it makes a lot of sense. Um, there has been a lot of talk about hallucinogens and the use in psychotherapy because I'm a
Mm-hmm. Ay,
therapist,
yeah, oo nga pala.
and there's a lot of talk about the impact of mushrooms on people with cancer and their
Mm-hmm.
levels of depression, and
Mm-hmm.
even MDMA, which is not natural, it's synthetic, but it's ecstasy, and
Mm-hmm.
how using ecstasy and having a therapist there with them
Mm-hmm.
is can be very supportive and healing, which I actually am somewhat interested in, from a psychotherapeutic perspective,
Mm-hmm.
because yeah, that's different than like taking these drugs and going out partying and
Mm-hmm.
like just being reckless, or not reckless, whatever, having fun, whatever. But like
Mm-hmm.
that's very different than what therapists are doing in a controlled environment where
Mm-hmm.
there's a therapist kind of like sitting with the client
Mm-hmm.
8 hours, 7 hours, six
Mm-hmm.
hours, whatever they're going through their process, but they're with somebody. And
At
I
least,
think that's
yes.
similar with ayahuasca, but not from a therapeutic perspective. But
Mm.
it seems to be the promotion or encouragement of the use of the psychedelics in this contained environment is that people can access really the deep pain, like that they can really feel the pain, or they can actually feel love and compassion
Mhm,
when they've been super depressed. So they're able to
mhm,
access emotions that maybe they normally aren't able to. And with a
mhm,
therapist there, they can feel safe, they can feel like able to access these things. But that has to be like a continuous long-term relationship as they're healing from the trauma of their past.
mhm,
um I agree, like it's not a good excuse to just sell drugs or
mhm,
to just say,
mhm,
oh, this is the cure, just do this once and then you'll
mhm,
be fine. Like it has to
mhm,
be this ongoing in a safe environment.
mhm.
But I like, so I just wanted to share kind of that's what's going on here. There's a lot more discussions about that here
Yeah.
in the States. And
True.
um but I hear what you're saying, like, because it is something that you're ingesting.
Mhm,
So it's not really, and the whole like risk of just kind of going to that spiritual realm and not
mm,
coming back. But I think what they are doing now is creating something that's in between. Like it's not
mhm,
just going all the way like
Mm-hmm.
abusing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's doing it with like a guide in like a slow kind of slow manner, if that makes sense.
True. Actually, yeah, you were right. Because what I'm thinking is, for example, the last week, what I'm talking about is allow the manghihilot, us, to be in charge, to have a power to prescribe herbal
Mm,
medicine.
mm, mm,
Because right now, herbal medicine, yeah, some of the doctors do prescribe herbal medicine, but most likely the TV commercials and the networking company are just promoting it without professional
mm,
supervision.
mhm,
Oh, the TV commercial will say it is safe to drink, no, and
mm,
some people will drink that and end up that they have some condition. For
mm,
example, I have a patient. I don't know if I tell this before, that I had a patient, a Japanese woman. She said this medicine is advertised in Japan, and it is safe, and it is not a medicine but a food supplement, no? So the promise of that drug is will help strengthen your immunity. It strengthens. So she's taking it 3 times a day, but the effect of that drugs to her, of that medicine, actually it's from the honeybee, no? I think propolis, I think, the ano, propolis, it's from pollen or something. But the effect on her, she had shortness of breath, dizziness, headache, vomiting, and loose bowel movement,
mm,
no? That's why she come to me for treatment. So when I conducted diagnosis to her, read her pulse, I see that her kidney, her liver, and spleen is so very weak, almost not
mm,
working. So I asked her, Are you taking any substances or any medicine or food supplement?" Then she said that na she's taking propolis. Okay. So I try to restore the health of those organs through hilot masahe, through massage. No? Then I gave her some. Oh, I don't give her anything, but advise her to drink only water, and I advise her not to drink that anymore, but come to me after 2 weeks. No, so just water. Just come to me after 2 weeks, but drinking water alone and the food. Don't take anything at all. So when she came back, I checked her pulse. It's healthy again. Then after the treatment, I give her treatment. After the treatment session, apa, after the treatment session, she after a week, no, she came back again with the same symptom. I asked her, "Did you drink again?" "Oh yes, because I buy 2 box, so sayang for the whole year. So she just want to consume it." So for me, I said, I my instruction was not clear. No, I just said 2 weeks, come back to me. Pero when she come back to me after a week, she drink it again. No, I was not able to give instruction not to drink it anymore forever, because that is the reaction. So it means even those commercialized item of food supplement, even it is herb that they claim it to be safe, it needs prescription. So I'm writing our government, if you are going to conduct a law, give us the manghihilot a proper training on the use of herbs and the prescription of herbs. Because I tell this story to them na not all herbs are safe to use,
mhm,
whether it is from vegetable, plants, or on that case from bees, no, from insects, or even sabihin mo yung probiotic drinks, it might give if you are not aware of, if you don't know what it is, it might give you some adverse effect also or side effects. And that's why na parang I'm advocating, I'm telling them na give us a chance to be professionalized, to level us up, because we are the only modality that is small. Traditional Chinese medicine, they are doctors. Ayurvedic medicine, they are doctors. Homeopathic, but Hilot, no, is just a folk doctor, witch doctor, something like that. We are considered to be like that, no. And I tell them na, give us a chance, no. And for me, what I've said, no, if 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 those drugs been used by a spiritual group, I think you are right na dapat it will be controlled in a controlled area. And sometimes, yeah, like your professions, what you call yourself, mental health advocate or psychotherapist, siguro give the power and authority to parang kayo ang you regulate that in you. So the one that uses the drug, they must be accompanied by a psychotherapist. For me kasi, if I conduct a ritual, a seance, I'm not just okay, do whatever you see, but I'm watching your action and the movement of the spirit within you. Parang I am an evaluator, assessor of what is happening. So if you go wild, I can manage to control, because sometimes if you have connected with difficult kind of spirit, because what I've heard on ayahuasca, some people might run off and jump to a cliff. So there is a danger. So at least if there is a supervised, licensed professional administering such kind of drugs, no, it will be safe. It will be safe. So parang I at least you are well versed in your area of the situation, and I hope na our magtatawas, mag-aanito, maghihilot in your area will always be safe.